Hey guys, welcome to Not So Random Chat, the nighttime live stream where we talk about whatever we want to. So, settle in and grab your libation. It could be your wine or tea or coffee or whatever you want to drink. And let's just sit back and chill. I'll be with you in a moment. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, so am I. So let's get into it. Here I come. Hola, from the west side. Now, I'm not sure what's going on because I'm seeing like a blank screen on my YouTube, so I've refreshed it on my YouTube, but I'm waiting for it to let me back in so I can see. And I'm talking about in the mobile app. But since this is a monetized stream, I am watching my commercials because I do not skip past my own commercials. Anyway, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Let me come on camera. All right, so now I'm on camera, so hopefully y'all can see me. And it's not a blank screen. because it was kind of weird on my end. So I had to go out and come back in. And okay, I'm back in now and I can see. So yes, the screen is fine on YouTube side. It was just on my side. So I hope everybody had a great holiday on Monday. Monday was Beyonce's birthday, and it was also she also did a show in Inglewood at SoFi Stadium. I know people who went. Everyone said that it was a fabulous concert, and it was all good. Now, of course, there were other, things going on out here over this weekend. Krishan Rock gave birth to a baby boy with Blueface, and he was not in attendance to the baby's birth, because he's with the other chick. And he's mad because she named her son after herself. And yeah. And then we had the craziest thing that happened in H-Town, Beyonce's hometown. So a young lady was hit with a brick in the face by a man because she didn't want to give him her phone number. A black young lady. And there were men standing around and they did nothing. They let it happen. They didn't even check to see if she was okay. And when it hit the internet, you had idiots victim blaming, like she deserved to be hit in the face with the brick because she didn't want to give you her phone number. Who the F are you? And now people are saying, well, she's Somali. So what? She's a black woman. Who cares? And if these were Somalis doing this stuff, and I know people say, well, some Somalis don't consider themselves black. No, I don't think it. I think what they don't, Africans, no matter what country they're from, distinguish between being African and being Black American. Because that's where they're from. That's their nationality. And I know that you have like people in certain parts of Eastern Africa, like Somali, and in some parts, some in Ethiopia, that don't associate themselves as being black. But I don't think that was what was going on with this one, this young lady. And the dudes that just stood around and watched this happen, the F is wrong with y'all. You don't get involved. You don't at least stop this from doing this ish. someone that black men don't at least stop some stuff from happening. Like, why would they just let that happen? It is crazy to me. And this is the reason why so many black women feel like we have to protect ourselves. And also why I tell you, if you are in a state where it is legal to carry a pow pow, exercise your Second Amendment right. That's what you have to do. Because ain't no way. At least I don't know who these black men were, because the men that I know, no matter what color they are, would not stand around and let some fool come and hit a woman in the face because she won't give him his number. Give her his number. Her number. Like, you don't know how to, you can't accept a no. You would rather a female maybe give you a blank. I guess that's what they would rather have, as a blank. And the young lady did make it to the hospital. I'm hoping that there's not any permanent damage to her face, because she was a pretty girl. And y'all need to learn how to accept a no. If a woman doesn't want to give you her number, she don't want to give you her number. Let's see, this is manosphere, black manosphere type behavior to me. And the people that were who went and found skits in her social media, skits where she was pretending to hit some guy. It was a skit. You dummies. For the slow ones in the back, it was a skit. And then people were saying, well, she's a feminist. What do you know? You don't even know this woman. I'm like, do any of you men have daughters? Do any of you men have daughters? Would you want someone to do this to your daughter? Would you want someone to do this to your woman, to your wife, to your sister, to your mother? What does it matter that you don't know this woman? And if this is the way that Somalis handle, Somali men act with Somali women, I think I've dated a Ethiopian guy. And I mean, back home in DC, at least, when I was on the dating scene, when I was, a little younger, there was a lot of Somalis and Ethiopians back in the DMV. And I assume, heck, there's a lot of them out here in the LA area. And yeah, I see some of the little girls that be acting like they not my color, yet and still y'all put these, you know, these wigs on, or weave in hair that is very Afro texture, but you're disassociating yourself from being Nubian. The F out of here with that. I just, yeah. Like, we're Nubian over here, y'all Nubian over there. The F. Most of us, you know, have some heritage that's coming from the continent. If we're part of the diaspora, now, granted, there are Black Americans who are also Native. There's Native in my family as well, but I think I might be an eighth or a 16th, somewhere down there. Both of my parents could be were whatever the percentage is that you could go to college for free. That's what both of my parents were. But they both had full academic scholarships, so they never had to use that. But I know some Black people that are part Native that have used that and gone to school for free. And I don't mean they just go to public colleges. No, sorry. Go to private colleges, because I know someone who was Native that went to the same school I went to, and they were Native. I know Black people who were born on reservations, but I digress. So I mean, we're a plethora of those of us who are here in America that aren't one generation from the motherland. Yeah, many of us do have Native in us, but nonetheless, what happened with this young lady down in Houston, I'm like, why is it okay for her to be hit in the face with a brick because she doesn't want to give her phone number to this dude? And why are there so many Black men that don't have a problem with that? That's what I'd like to know. Don't any of y'all have female friends, relatives? And would you just want something like this to happen to them because people don't want to be involved? Now, I understand, people might be afraid that someone would be carrying, especially because this happened in Texas. So, yeah. But he wasn't. And there was enough time for these other people who were standing around to stop him. He didn't just walk up to her and pop her in the face. They could have stopped that stuff from happening. But they didn't. So y'all worthless. And y'all are nothing. Ninjas to me. With that BS. And all this crap that y'all are saying across TikTok, across Instagram, across X is a bunch of mess. No. Speaking of X, my ex has been hacked, and I am trying to get my ex back. We'll see if I get it back. If I don't, then I I just might have to start all over again. It's just ridiculous. This will be the third freaking time if I have to do that again. But moving on to the Krishan Rock, having her baby. So she had her baby in Maryland, in Baltimore, and she is currently in Baltimore healing. Now, if you follow her social media, she literally was live. This mic. Okay. All right, it's back on. Yeah, I'm having I was having some StreamYard issues, which is why I came on late. So for those of you on the replay crew, thank you on the replay crew. Please smash that like button. You can leave me super thanks. You can do cash apps. My cash app is right. Where is it? Right there? Right there? Yeah, right there. Right there. Yeah, right there. on the left hand side of the screen. $ DCD Purple Diva. So that's what's going on. Krishan had her baby. And then she posted, I guess, her in the gym. And Blueface said something, and then she came back and said, well, I'm not at a public gym. What's wrong with you? Apparently, she has a gym set up where she's staying, like next to her bedroom, according to her, which means that she didn't leave. She's like walking from one room to another room to work out. She's not out in the public. She doesn't have a million people around her son. Hopefully she's keeping it limited as to who's around him, because he's what, a couple of days old, and everybody come near him. I personally, I'd make everybody put on a daggone mask. I'd make everybody put on a mask, make everybody wash their hands, and I wouldn't let everybody hold my child. That would be how I am. And I wouldn't be filming everything that I'm doing. Especially when I have a crazy ass father of my child who wasn't there, has not signed the birth certificate, and is salty, put you through hell the entire time you were pregnant, denied that you were even pregnant at one point, and kept acting like it wasn't his child. Hey, Stoops. Yeah, maybe it's a lot of people on YouTube. Not that many people up right now. We're on the west side, so But I'm sure there's other people up. That I appreciate you coming through, Stoops. So, Krishan has only been a mother for what? A couple of days. She's learning. She's learning. She's learning. She's what, 23 years old? I was older than that, and she's got to learn, and hopefully the people that she has around her, her support system, I don't know what is going on, but this mic keeps unplugging itself. The headset. Okay, I think you guys can hear me now. And I don't sound like I'm in a tunnel anymore. Yeah, y'all can hear me now. It's weird. I don't know what's going on. It's tripping tonight. So as I was saying, Krishan is a young lady having a child. She is going to learn. She's going to learn. But now Blueface, who didn't even want this child, suddenly now him and his mama think that they're gonna get custody of the child from Krishan. Dude, are you smoking something? You're not gonna get that baby. And the Krishan Rock gravy train is gone. Now any money that she's gonna be making, she's gonna be using it to take care of your son. But Krishan girl, put that Regin on some child support. Put him on child support. Don't let him off. Even if you don't need the money. Put the money, you can take it, put it into a little trust fund for your son, for him to have later on. But don't let that. No, because it's not even about you. It's about your son. But there's no way that you and your mama, with all the shenanigans that y'all have been doing, are going to be able to get that baby. That's not happening. And you're salty because the attention is not even more on that girl. Now she's had the baby. Yeah. So you're even more salty about it. Congratulations to her on having a baby. I hope that motherhood changes her, but it's going to take some time. She's, she's had a baby. She want to snap everything back. It's going to take a minute. It'll snap back. especially, because at one point you were an athlete. So yeah, come on in and say hi. Here comes King David. Say hi. Okay. Okay. All right. That's King David coming through. Guess I came on later than normal, so he's like, "Hey, I'm coming through right now." Yeah, this is crazy. All right. Hopefully, you guys can hear me because it keeps popping the audio out. It keeps popping the audio out. In other news, celebrity news, one of the Jonas brothers is getting a divorce. Joe Jonas, the one who's married to the girl from Game of Thrones. It appears that cheating allegations are going both ways. Some people are saying she cheated on him, and others are saying he cheated on her. They cheated on each other. And he's trying to get custody of his kid, full custody. What? Everything's a little bit weird with the Jonas brothers. Let me just say, their mother is ultra religious. And when I say religious, this ain't even about having a relationship with God. This is just about being religious. Which is why, two of the brothers, the oldest one, I believe, got married so quickly to his wife. And then when Joe and Sophia got married, their mother was like on her, like, okay, hurry up and have kids, hurry up and have kids. So they've got 2 kids. The only ones who don't have any kids, I believe, is Nick and what's her name? Preeta or Priyanka, whatever her name is. The girl from who's of Indian descent, where they had the 7-day wedding. One of my cousins married somebody who's also Indian, and they had the 7-day. It was like days. They did it out here in California. It was days. So now I guess they're filing for a divorce, and I don't think it's gonna be a nice separation, because not if there's cheating allegations. Not if there's cheating allegations. I don't think it's gonna be a nice. I don't think it's gonna be a nice separation. Not at all. That's when I'm like, what is that over there? My jacket. Move it out the way. I don't need to see that. I thought I was going to need it, but then I came down here and I'm like, it's warm in here. So, have y'all realized, like, it's just been divorce after divorce going on in the Hollywood world right now? Sofia Vergara and her very nice looking husband are splitting. Now we have this one, and then we've got a couple of other ones that are like just splitting up. But in the meantime, I want to say congratulations to KJ Smith of Sisters, because her and her beau got married, and her fiance, well, now husband, was on the I believe the first or the second season of Sisters, and he played the love interest of one of the other one of the other ladies on there. But KJ plays the attorney on Sisters. And she and he just got married this, I believe, over the Labor Day holiday. So congratulations to them. Yeah, I believe they got married over the weekend. Let me just get it. Yeah, they got married in Malibu this past weekend. And she is 36. She got married to Sky Black. And I believe that they actually met on the set of Sisters. We see. No, she's 38 and he's 35. Doesn't matter. Yeah, they had a nice little wedding this past weekend. You know, and I guess they'll have some time, to go off on their, spend some time together because SAG-AFTRA is still on strike. Like months later. I mean, I believe we're like going into our third month, and there are so many people I know personally who have been affected by this, and some who aren't like actors and actresses directly, but they work around there, like security, catering, all of these people were also affected and not working because they worked on the sets. Yeah, so it's a lot of people, and let me just tell y'all about California unemployment. It's when you really need it, yeah. Back when The Big Short happened and everything, and so many people were out of work, 44 made sure that it was going on, but since we have come out of the quote unquote panorama, even though it's still here, y'all, it's still here. People are still getting it, they just don't talk about it as much anymore. So because we're like in this normalized stage with it, people are treating it like it's normal. It's still not normal. Still not normal. But yeah, KJ had a beautiful wedding in Malibu this weekend. While Beyonce was having her 3-day concert here in Los Angeles. And Blue Ivy is still touring with her mother. I'm assuming that Blue Ivy has tutors. You know, she's not, right now she's not in regular school because school started. Okay, school has started. But she's making $8 million as a dancer on her mother's tour. Yeah. Beyonce put her on the payroll. Yeah. And that's where a lot of entrepreneur parents do, because I'll tell you that all the way through college, and then probably for a little while after college, me and my sister worked the weekends, Saturdays, at my dad's medical office, and we were paid. We got a check every month. It wasn't a whole lot of money, but it helped. It helped. It helped pay rent. It helped buy food, when I was in college, so. And then it was my part-time job for a few years when I left college. Same thing with my sister, so. But yeah, that's what many parents do, is they put their children on payroll if they're able to do that, especially the wealthy, because it's a write-off to them. That's a business write-off for her. But it's also starting generational wealth for her children. Because we don't know how many more tours Beyonce is going to do. Beyonce wasn't doing a lot of the dancing. Did y'all notice that? Now, she was, basically sitting up on stuff and singing, but she wasn't doing a whole bunch of dancing. Like, girl, you can still get out there and dance. You ain't but in your 40s. And when Janet was in her 40s, she was still out there doing the dancing. Matter of fact, when Janet's doing her stuff in her 50s, she's dancing. So, yeah, that part. Just because you got all them dances don't mean you ain't doing the dances too, girl. Like you did in your previous, but I did notice that she's not dancing as much. She's doing some dancing, but not like Homecoming, not like, the other stuff that she's done previous. I'm wondering if they're going to do if she's going to have like a Renaissance, like that kind of pulls from the different show, like she did with the previous ones. I hope she does that. For those of us who weren't spending crazy amounts to go to a concert. Yeah, that wasn't happening. Because, like my son, I'm sure my son would have loved me to have taken him to that concert, but I was not doing it. I already told y'all. I like Beyonce's music, but some of the stuff that happens in the concert when you have open eyes, you can't watch it. And I have open eyes. So I can't watch it. I haven't been able to watch Beyonce perform straight through since the New Orleans Super Bowl. That's when God just opened my eyes and I just saw, and I was just like, okay, Lord, okay. Yeah. So, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you have that discernment, you know. Now, moving right along. So let's talk a little bit about the madness that is the YouTube streets. 'Cause why not? I mean, I'll put it out here. So over the weekend, the Beef Sister had another cooking contest. This time it was lasagna. And some people don't feel that, you know, that the person who won should have won. Now, granted, it's all on the audience and everything, you know, and everybody does their stuff differently, and I guess it's supposed to be in fun and everything. But I'll just say there was only one person doing that contest that I saw. They had on freaking gloves while they were handling all of this food. So if you're doing food prep and you are doing it on camera, on YouTube or whatever, you should be wearing some friggin' plastic gloves. We don't want to see meat and stuff up under your fingernail. There shouldn't be nothing up under your fingernails. And you should be, even with gloves on, and you should have multiple gloves. You use them once, throw those in the trash, put on another, yeah. Like, do y'all not watch how they do stuff on the cooking channels on here? Y'all should go over there and watch how they're doing this stuff. Because then that will give you some insight as to how you should have been doing stuff in that contest. Now, I know there was the controversy in the lasagna contest in regards to using the prepared noodles that are already done versus boiling your noodles. Let me just tell you something, as someone who makes lasagna on a regular basis. Those prepared ones are heaven sent because you don't have no broken noodles. It helps to keep, you just got to make sure that they stay moist, and that's where you use, the ingredients to keep them moist. But then you have nice even layers of noodles. You don't have half, one full one on one side and then another one that's broken into several pieces on the other side. It's all about presentation, and it helps with the presentation. That's the other thing. When you are making things, be it in a cooking contest like they were doing their cook-off, or, food is about presentation. Don't y'all watch the cooking shows? Don't y'all see how it's all about presentation? Presentation is part of how you're judged. And also, you cleaning up as you go. Making sure that, things are clean. That, the kitchen's not looking like a mess while you're cooking. Because that's, what most of us do. We clean as we're cooking. While I got stuff on the stove cooking, I'm washing all the dishes that I use to do whatever I did for the pre-prep. So that the only things that's going is what's on the stove or what's in the oven. Everything else is clean while that stuff is cooking. Because you clean up while your stuff is in the oven with lasagna. But some of that wasn't happening. It was just, you know, just. And I believe on a previous yeah, just make sure your pictures look like if you're gonna be doing cooking on camera, make sure everything just looks good. Just looks good. Because but then that wasn't the I guess the highlight. Then we had another YouTube breakup that is just going madly crazy around here. Where we have the the gentleman involved who is like almost my age out here talking up, putting out videos, doing all kinds of stuff, and he's quote unquote not a content creator. Yet and still he has videos and tapes of the quote unquote relationship he had with another YouTuber, and he's put out stuff of when she was probably not in her best state. And they've been going back and forth on the platform. I mean, for days. In addition to, a husband and wife who have been breaking up on the platform, which is really unfortunate that that's happening. But I think they've both kind of rolled back, which is good. The husband and wife, that is. And the other situation with, Misunderstood, and what's the dude's name? Don Cato, who says he's 59. Okay, you're 59. I mean, I guess you're 59 because, Glitter Boot, aka ZX, is what, 56. But y'all dudes just look old. Okay? Y'all just look old. And y'all look way older than your 50s. And that's not a compliment. Because I am older than both of y'all, and I look way younger than both of y'all. The F? What's wrong? And I understand he's apparently a caregiver. Well, so am I. I have a disabled child. Y'all see walk through here, he's an adult. But he doesn't have a physical disability. He has a developmental disability. But it's still he's still a handful because he's a grown man, but I can't always treat him like a grown man. So I understand that. But that ain't got me looking like I'm 70. Matter of fact, God has blessed me to look way younger than I actually am. I'm blessed. Yeah, and I'm definitely not 70. And I believe when I do actually get to 70, I'm not going to look 70. Just like I'm at 60 and I don't look 60. I don't know what you dudes just look like life lived you instead of you lived life. I'm just blessed to be stressed. And I got lots of things that are on me. But you're not gonna see it on my face. Yeah, you're not gonna see it on my face. But do this, you in your late 50s
and you on here gossiping like a girl, and you on here uh doing this message you're doing.
Let's see. Everything just popped off, y'all. I don't even know if y'all can see me. Okay. Trying to get everything back. I don't know what the hell happened, but okay. I had to disconnect it from the Ethernet cord, even though the Ethernet is plugged in, but go to wireless because for whatever reason it wasn't, yeah, it just was tripping. So I don't know how long I was off. I don't know how long I was off. And it's been over an hour and it took me so long to get back on. I hate when craziness like this happens. Hold on, y'all. All right, so let me just finish up my thoughts. Let me just finish my thoughts. So let me finish my thoughts. So people bring so much of their business to this freaking platform. And sometimes people are bringing the truth, and sometimes they bring fiction for whatever reason. And if you bring fiction here and then your truth comes out, yeah, it doesn't look so hot. Because when we're watching all of this stuff going on with people who want us to think things are a certain way with them, this is exactly why y'all know very little about my relationship. I talk about autism, I talk about being a senior, but I don't talk about everything in my life because I can't do that on here. At least not in this part of YouTube. Folks will dox you. I mean, you have to be vague about where you live. Like, y'all know I live in the Los Angeles area. That's all y'all know. And if you live here and I do filming out and about, that's just one of the cities and stuff that's near me. I like to walk around a lot of different places, But again, I've given certain information about myself as I've vlogged over the years. Like the fact that people on and off of YouTube know me as DC. People who went to college with me know me as DC. It's not like I'm really hiding my first name, but it's a whole bunch of people on this platform with the same freaking first name as me. And so it is what it is. If you know me in real life, you know my name. If you don't know me in real life, you don't know my first name. You don't know my last name.
you just don't. You know DC, and that's all you need to know on YouTube. You know, it is what it is. But those of you who bring your information and bring your business onto the platform, well, you have now made it content. So people who bring their relationships on here, make their relationships content. And let me go to my last point, and I'm going to wrap it up with this. I'm going to get into what happened this past weekend in college football. When Deion Sanders brought prime time to Colorado. And they went to Texas, to Fort Worth, to the area that his kids grew up in. And won a freaking football game. His son, Shador, as quarterback, set a new school record. His other son, Shiloh, had over 100 yards in passing. You know, these kids who had come from an HBCU to a top 5 program and smoothly transitioned, and Deion Sanders told us they were coming, and they here. And now let me tell y'all another thing that's also happening. So many of y'all know that this is the last season for USC and UCLA to be part of the Pacific 12, because they're going to be moving over to the Big Ten. But did you also know that since Deion Sanders has taken over at Colorado, that Colorado's also leaving to go over to the Big Ten, so it's going to be the Big 13? Now, if you're not into football, you don't even understand what's going on. What Deion Sanders is doing is he is basically doing what coaches that were palm-colored have been doing, and he's doing it better. And all the naysayers who said that he wasn't good enough, including the school that he played for, Florida State, are going to be eating all their words, because just by winning the first game, he's already going to be better, because we already know that they're going to win more games. So people were thinking that they were going to maybe win 3 or 4 games. Now it's up to potential that they may win 9, 10 games. But I think they're going to try to win every game. And I think that they may be capable of doing just that. I've been watching Deion Sanders when he was at Jackson State, and I've continued to watch it. Now he's on the big playing field. Y'all are going to be seeing some things, and you're going to see that although they want to make you think that there is a big difference between the football capabilities at an HBCU versus a PWI, that is going to be shattered. It's already been shattered. It's going to continue to be shattered because 75% of that team came from HBCU. Yeah, that much. So it is now the prime time show in college football, and we're gonna be watching this. And y'all know I went to USC, and I thought. Hold on 1 second. What's going on with my sound? I don't know what is going on. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I guess it's. I don't know. Things are acting up right now, so let me see. I don't know, does that help? But I'm looking forward to the Saturday game between CU and Nebraska. CU was an unranked team going into last week's game against TCU, which was the runner-up for last year's national championship, and they were ranked 17th. Unfortunate for TCU, they're no longer ranked. And depending on which poll you looked at, in one poll, Colorado is 22, and in another one, they're 21. ESPN, I think, has them at 21, and AP has them at 22. SC is like, I think USC is like at around 5, but they've also played the most games in the Pac-10. They've already had 2 games. Everybody else is on game 1. This week it'll be game 2 for everybody else. So, but I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Cause StreamYard's tripping on me, kind of messed me up. I will be back on Friday. Until then, I offer you guys peace and blessings, because everything is just sounding really weird to me. Like my sound is weird. I'll see you guys in these YouTube streets. I do have more commentary, but I just can't do it right now. Let me just get my outro and I'm going to get out of here. And I will see y'all on Friday. And I know it may not be weird on y'all's side. It's weird on my side. So something going on with my StreamYards. And I need to figure it out. I'll see you guys on Friday. Peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out, you guys. Peace. Bye, y'all.
Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out. Peace.